Foods you eat every day are secretly changing without you knowing. Welcome back to KnowledgeWorks. Hear from potato chips getting smaller, yet more expensive, to products you love becoming worse. To save money, here are some food items that have secretly changed. First, we have to look at Toblerone. Recently, the spaces in Toblerone have got bigger. The space in between the triangles is now double what it used to be, and the triangles are also far smaller. All this while the price has increased. The old Toblerone seems to weigh 400 grams, but now they only weigh for 360 grams. If they keep doing this, how many triangles are we even going to have? Many fans were devastated when Toblerone made this change, but it saves Toblerone tons of money. They can now use less chocolate, less nougats, and less packaging. Moving on, let's look at Pringles. Pringles is noted as the only chip companies that doesn't sell you at, or at least they were until recently. People have noticed that Pringles have been getting smaller. The tubes are the same size, but the chips are not. One person recently bought a can of Pringles, which was a third empty at this rate in a few years. They'll be selling one potato chipper can. The reason for these changes is Pringles are made of potatoes and starches. The prices of those crops have gone up significantly in recent years. So to maintain profit, Pringles hints their own product with a shrink cream. Moving on, let's look at gum. You may have noticed many chewing gum brands replacing one of their gums with a thumb grant, solving a problem that never existed. I don't think anyone has an issue gripping their gum. Of course, they simply did this to give you one less gum, saving them money. That one less gum saves the companies a few pennies every sale. When we're talking about millions of sales, those pennies racked up to a lot of money, saving the chewing gum companies a fortune. Moving on, we have to look at Nutella. Nutella is everyone's favorite chocolate and hazelnut spread, but you may have noticed in recent years, Nutella has got lighter in color, and that's not for a good reason. The new Nutella now has more sugar and also has more powdered skim milk, giving it a lighter, more artificial color. It also reduces the quality and makes it more unhealthy. Fans of the products were very annoyed. A spokesperson for Nutella says the quality is the same, but many Nutella fans simply did not agree. They say the taste is now not as good and also complains that it's more unhealthy now. Next, let's look at Oreos. You may have noticed that Oreo filling no longer reaches the edge of the cookie. It used to go right to the edge, like on the packaging, but Oreo wanted to save money on their cream filling, so now they give you far less. Oreo have also made their biscuits and cream filling far thinner. This is to get you to buy their double stuff Oreos. But in reality, double stuff Oreos are how normal Oreos used to be, making you pay more for how the product used to be. Also, Oreo packs now come with some of the Oreos spacing up, meaning that you're getting less cookies in your pack. But even if you do pay more for double stuff, you're still not safe. A pack of double stuff Oreos used to weigh 16.6 ounces, but they now weigh 15.35 ounces, meaning you're getting less cookie for the same price. Next, let's look at ice cream. One day a guy bought a chocolate-covered ice cream, but when he cracked off the chocolate shell, he saw a massive hollow space inside. Instead of filling this with ice cream, as the company left it empty, saving the ice cream company money. Months of ripping off the customer does that kind of seems to be the trend nowadays. Moving on, let's look at McDonald's. McDonald's have made their burger patties way thinner. It's got so bad a McDonald's pickle is now thicker than their burger patties. Maybe they should rebrand that Big Mac to the Little Mac. Many customers complain that their burgers seem to be shrinking. McDonald's cheese slices are also getting smaller, and it also sends out they're now giving you less fries. Instead of filling their fries boxes fully, they now only fill it halfway. This is despite McDonald's increasing their prices year after year. Moving on, let's look at Cadbury's chocolate. You may think this chocolate bar from Cadbury's is a good deal. After all, it does say now bigger, but it turns out it's the same size as their normal chocolate bars. To be fair, they didn't say what was bigger. Maybe they meant the price. I'm not sure how they're allowed to do this, but it seems very misleading. But of course, charging more for the same products makes Cadbury's lots of money. Moving on, let's look at Coca-Cola. These two Coca-Cola bottles may look similar, but there's a massive difference. The old bottle on the left is 385 milliliters, but the new bottle on the right is only 330 milliliters. That's more than a 14% decrease in size since the bottle was designed in a way to make it not look so bad, mainly by keeping the bottle the same height but making it a way thinner. Coca-Cola have also reduced the size of their plastic bottles to their large plastic bottles. Used to be 2 liters, but they're now 1.75 liters, all while the price is exactly the same. A company doing the same thing is Gatorade. Gatorade are using the same size bottle, but with a bigger indent. This means on the shelf it looks the same, but you're getting less drink in your bottle. The amount of liquid is always written on the bottle, so they expect people not to check things, meaning they can get away with selling less drink rolling along. Let's look at Bagels. You may have realized that holes in bagels are getting bigger. Weight is getting more expensive for bagel companies to buy, but they don't want to raise their prices too much. So instead they simply make their holes bigger and bigger. And if that wasn't bad enough, bagels are also getting thinner too. Some bagel companies are also giving you less in their packs. This pack of Dempster bagels used to be a 6-pack, but now you only get 5. But of course, it's the exact same price, meaning you're paying the same price for 17% less product. Moving on, let's look at Klondike bars. Recently, Klondike bars have got thinner. The chocolate around the ice cream is about as thick as a piece of paper, or so. They now use plastic instead of foil for their wrapping. Moving along, let's look at it. Sheba noodles. Instant noodles are a great way to eat on a budget. Burned recently at Shaban flavor packs have gotten smaller. Someone found an old pack in their spice drawer and the old pack has double the spice, meaning that your noodles won't be as flavorsome anymore. They likely only save a few pennies with this change, but multiplied by millions of sales, this adds up to a lot of money. Next, let's look at Doritos. Recently, someone saw a bag of Doritos in their supermarkets that said bigger bag, more to share, but they quickly realized that the amount of Doritos you get is exactly the same as a normal bag. They both weigh 500 grams, meaning that while the bag may be bigger, the amount of chips inside is exactly the same. Technically, they did say bigger bag and not more chance. I guess this bag gives you more air to share. Moving along, let's look at it. Digests. Who doesn't love a chocolate digestive biscuits? Well, you may like them slightly less. Now that's at 27% smaller. The company has done this to cut costs, although while the biscuit is smaller, the price is the same. Finally, we have to look at Crunchy. It looks like Crunchy chocolate bars have been hit with a shrink rate. They are now far smaller, despite being a higher price. If these get any smaller, they'll have to rename themselves Crunch. I don't think Crunchy is going to fit on packaging any smaller than this. Now it's time for you to make your voice heard. Comment below which of these food changes was the most sad. Thanks for watching. Leave it like if you enjoyed. And if you haven't already, then what are you waiting for? Subscribe to KnowledgeWorks.